In this video, you will learn how to get started modeling business logic with Sapiens Decision Manager. We will cover creating a task, creating a decision, understanding the community structure in Decision Manager, and understanding views. When you first log in to the Decision Manager, you are shown the home screen. You can start creating business logic assets by creating either a decision or a flow. In this video, you will create a decision. Flows are covered in a series of videos, starting with creating a decision flow. Begin by clicking Start a New Decision. On the dialog that pops up, you need to select the community in which the assets you are about to model will be placed. Communities are how the Decision Manager repository is organized. Communities are arranged in a hierarchy, so you have one or more communities within a community, typically following the enterprise organizational structure or product structure. The top-level community is known as World. The list of communities you see is driven by your permissions. Decision Manager controls which communities are visible and who can do what via the roles a user has at the community level, so that a user might be a modeler in one community, an approver in a second community, a viewer in a third, and not have any access to any other community. Communities also help establish terminology. Each community may have its own glossary. Communities and permissions are defined for us by an administrator. Since business logic assets such as decision flows, decision views, rule family views, and fact types are essentially read-only once they have been published into the Decision Manager repository, you must first create a working area within the tool where you can create new assets or change existing assets. These working areas are known as tasks. The asset within a task start out as a draft asset and then get approved into the repository through the governance process. This is covered in a later video. For now, we will work only with newly created draft assets. Tasks are always associated with the lowest level community. In our example, we'll pick the sample community. You can either select an existing task name or enter a new one. Since we don't have any tasks yet, we'll name our new task Sample Task, and then click on the Create New Task option in the drop-down to create the task. Then enter an appropriate task description. In the bottom half of the dialog, you'll enter the decision name by entering its conclusion fact type. You can enter the name of an existing fact type or a new fact type to be created. As you type, the system will attempt to auto-complete your fact type name. You can then select one of the suggested names or create a new fact type. We'll enter Policy Renewal Method and click on the Create New Fact Type option in the drop-down to create the fact type. Next, select a view. Views provide Decision Manager the means to customize logic for specific cases, such as jurisdictions, customers, products, channels, statuses, or any other such consideration, or any combination of these, while at the same time providing a very high degree of reusability. Views are defined for us by an administrator. Typically, you start from the base view, so that's what we'll choose here. Lastly, select a folder. Like communities, folders are defined for us by an administrator. In our example, we'll pick Sample Folder. Notice that most of the fields you have just entered are marked with a red asterisk, indicating that they are required fields. Once all the required fields have been entered, you can click the OK button to create the decision view and the display switches to display the graphical model of the newly created decision view. Decision Manager created much more than just the decision view. It also created the decision rule family view, or the topmost rule family view in the decision view, and it created the conclusion fact type. In this video, we learned about creating a task, creating a decision, understanding the community structure in Decision Manager, and understanding views. All of the assets we created are draft assets, and we will learn how to extend, validate, test, approve, and deploy them in subsequent videos.